Go on, mate.
Welcome to Sportsmania. We are back for part 2 of the Champions League last 16. Yes, we'll talk the ties we had this week, plus also mention the Europa League as the first stage has ended and we are on to the next stage. So we'll talk about the draw as well. But first, the one, the only, the intro. Let's go.
Priceless gem!
Yes, there we go. Right, let's start the show by introducing the panel. We have Abdi. How's it going?
Hello, how you doing?
All good, my friend. George
I said
is here
I'd be
as well.
back. I'm back.
Yeah, it's returned. George?
Yeah, I'm here now. So, how are we doing? Like, this is the beauty of live YouTube video. Like, internet was rubbish, and I was talking to everyone. I couldn't hear no one, so I thought, fuck it, let's just roll with it.
Yeah, best way to do it. And producer Austin, he's back. How's it going?
Good evening, people. Good evening.
At least he's sober today.
Yes, he'll be in charge of the comments and everything else we get. Right then, let's get into it and talk the first ties of the Champions League. So on Tuesday, first tie was Chelsea versus Lille. Abdi, convincing win for Chelsea, but I think what struck me in that game is that even 2-0 down, Lille weren't giving up at all. And I think that's something for Chelsea to keep in mind for the return leg, definitely, to not be complacent against a team like that.
Yeah, Lille did have chances, but I didn't feel like they were really that threatening in terms of to Chelsea at any point, really. It felt end to end at one point because Lille went on attack, then Chelsea will go on attack, and then Lille will go straight back. It's like watching a basketball game, just going end to end at points. But no, Lille do have quality in their team, but they have been poached. Like their team from, they're not the champion. Like, well, they are champions, but they're not the same championship side that won last season. So it will be a different scenario for them going into it now. And yeah, second leg is going to be interesting, but I feel like it's a done and dusted game for them.
I mean, yeah, George. You know, you can most likely see Chelsea going through, but you know, do you think it will be tougher at Lille, or do you think Chelsea have the capacity to still get a decent result, or do you think Chelsea?
No, I think Chelsea are through. To be fair, like Abdi said, Lille have been like obliterated, haven't they, with the players? Like I know they've got Renato Sanchez and. Well, I'm not going to lie, it's the only one I really know.
I forgot he was there until I saw the lineup. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, he won't be there in the summer though. But
probably not.
He could be in the Premier League. Yeah, he could be in the Premier League because there's quite a few Premier League clubs after him.
Yeah, there's some links there.
So I just think Chelsea have got a strong enough squad. To be fair, like where was that at? Lille, it's at Lille, isn't it?
That's Stamford Bridge. Yeah, but
no, that's the next leg.
Yeah.
Like it only takes them to just grab a goal, and you can always fancy Chelsea to score. Like I'd be surprised. So yeah, I think that one's done and dusted.
Austin, what did you think of the game?
Interesting game. I watched this game as well. So,
did you actually?
I actually did, yes. I actually did watch this game. I think obviously Havertz, he had missed 2 good chances when he met Hakim Ziyech's corner. But to put Chelsea in front after 8 minutes was quite good for him. I'll be completely honest, Lille did impress throughout the opening leg. But I think it was Chelsea that did all right, with when pronounce his name wrong, is it Lucic? Or
Pulisic, yeah.
Pulisic,
I can't say his name right.
Pulisic.
That's it, right? Yeah. He with Kante's pass. So in the 63rd minute, so it was actually all right. It was pretty decent play by Chelsea.
I didn't even know Pulisic scored.
He did.
Goes right in there.
Oh, it's not the other goal though. Have we got
Yeah,
any comments?
Havertz should have scored a hat trick in that game.
Yeah, he had
like
a
the
lot of
first
chances.
in the first literally 8 minutes before he even scored his first goal, he had like 2 glorious chances, and then afterwards, just shout out to the run by Kante. That's what you want from the midfielder like that. So yeah, that's the sort of stuff you kind of want from the midfielder.
Definitely. Austin, have we got any comments before we move on?
We do not have any comments, no.
Okay, we carry on then to the next tie, and that one, Villarreal versus Juventus, George, I'm talking about it. And that was quite interesting because it was literally a game of 2 halves. First half, you had Juventus pretty much owning the game, not scored much apart from that 1 goal. And then Villarreal equalised in the second half because that half was certainly for them, really.
Yeah, it was the typical cliche game of 2 halves, and I hate that cliche. But that one was like Juve took the lead through Dusan Vlahovic. Now that's impressive. I managed to say his name without hesitating there.
Well done.
There was you know what you get with him. It was just quite a good goal. Then they should have scored a couple more, to be fair, Juve, but they didn't, obviously. So then Villarreal come out. I don't know what Unai Emery said. He must have put a rocket up their arse or something, but they come out a complete different team.
Abdi, I mean, the second leg that I think is in Turin. So, what do you think? Do you think Juventus have that? Do you think Villarreal still? Who do you think will qualify through that one based on what you've seen in the first game?
It's going to be a tough game. I do think Juventus have the edge because of the home advantage, but I wouldn't count Villarreal out. They are a well-organised team. Well, not for the first 33 seconds that Dusan Vlahovic made his UCL debut. So fair play to him for that. Didn't take him long. But that's the thing with Juventus. They try and sit back and hold on to a lead, and that's backfired against them. In Villarreal, they tried to see it out with 1 goal, but it was not enough. Villarreal do have quality, so they do have to be careful, but Villarreal, well-organised side, so we'll see what happens in the second leg. I will still fancy Juventus to get through, but I wouldn't be shocked if Villarreal do knock them out.
Yes, I think it could be either team, as much as it is another cliche of it could be either one's game. Austin, what did you think of the game?
Well, like Jules said, with Dusan Vlahovic scoring within the first minute of his debut for Juventus, quite good for him. Like Jules also said, quite impressed I said his name right. Big up. So, yeah, good play by Vlahovic for that. Obviously, Parejo, if I said that wrong again, I do apologise.
Parejo, Danny Parejo.
Coming back to make it 1. So that's it. That's the one. Earning it back to a 1-1 draw for Villarreal. So that's quite good. Very interesting. So yeah.
Have we got any comments before we move on to Wednesday's fixtures?
We have no comments.
Okay, we carry on to Wednesday then, and Abdi. Atletico Madrid, Man United. I mean, it ended 1-1, but certainly I think United were lucky to get anything out of that game the way you were playing at times. Yeah, it's an understatement of the century, I'd say.
Don't even know where to start with this one.
beginning.
let me just get out of the way. It was a shit performance, but a positive result, and we'll take that hands down. Would have taken your hand off for that. If you told me that at the start, with the way that game was opening, it looked like we got caught a deer in the headlights sort of situation. We weren't ready for it. We weren't up for it. You know, Atleti were all over us pretty much. They were passing the ball around us. They were aggressive. You know, everything that you expect from Atletico Madrid. And this is not Atletico Madrid from years gone by. It's just Atletico Madrid who have been in a poor run of form. And we should have taken advantage of the situation, but we failed to do so. And it cost us. Defending was awful at the back. And it's not just Maguire. Maguire, I do have grievances with him over conceding that goal. But I think Luke Shaw was poor. Varane had a mixed game. I think he did have some shocking moments in there, a bit of a maybe lapse in judgment. But yeah, wasn't his best game either. Fred didn't do too well. I'd just say the whole team really didn't do too well. That first half was just poor. Second half, it was a bit better. We came out a bit better, but still, you'd think Atleti was going to get another goal, and I was just hoping and praying. There was a moment where it did hit off the bar, and it was like inches away from going in. So, yeah, it was a tough watch, but we made the substitution, and my boy, Rhythm as a Dancer, Anthony Elanga, came off the bench and scored again. And he absolutely saved us. Jan Oblak, yikes. I do not know what happened to this man, but he has fallen off the cliff. Universally probably acclaimed as the best keeper in the world for a number of years, has just fallen off a cliff in terms of confidence. This whole season has just been rubbish for him, and the goal that he conceded, he completely got it all wrong. Fair play for Elanga for putting away, but realistically, Oblak should have saved that. And if De Gea kind of conceded a goal like that, you wouldn't be too happy with it. But he didn't, so Elanga scored. I'm happy with it. We take the result. For a second, I thought we were going to actually jam our way out of that again with scoring a late winner. But yeah, no. We'll see what happens at Old Trafford. Looking forward to it 3 weeks from now. And yeah, I'm going to be there for that. So,
ooh, excellent.
Yeah.
Don't match the last night's atmosphere, though.
Sorry?
I said it won't match the last night's atmosphere. That's all right.
Nah, mate. Nah.
No, last night's atmosphere.
George, what did you think of the game, and most of only kind of who do you think is going to go through based on what you've seen, on Wednesday?
There's one thing I want to pick up. I just want to give kudos to Abdi for making a new saying.
What?
Because for years and years, I've always thought it was called like a rabbit in the headlights. I've never heard of a deer in the headlights.
You've not heard of deer in the headlights?
I thought it was always deer in the headlights myself.
No, I've always heard it was.
I think
like
there's both.
caught
I think you
headlights.
could. I think you could say both, rabbit or deer. Both of them have been caught in headlights. So.
I'll give you that because I've never heard of a deer caught in the headlights.
Hey, when you get off, go on Google and look it up. You'll be surprised. But yeah, I think you can say both.
Dear. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I listened to bits of the game, not all of it. I can't remember why. For some reason. Was there another
Watching
game?
the Liverpool Leeds game. No, there was other Premier League matches on at the same time.
Oh no, the Spurs. The Spurs were on, weren't they? I was watching comedy.
Dear.
Yeah. So I thought Man United were really poor. Like Maguire. I don't know what else to say about him. He's the most expensive fridge in the world. There was another YouTube show I was watching, and one of the comments was that my fridge is better than Maguire, and my fridge has been broken. So I don't know. they've got to sort something out with Maguire's form. But I just thought it was a bit of a poor performance all round in that first half, and then Felix scored.
That's poor conceding to him. 5'7".
Yeah, we had a debate in
That's
Sportsmania group about Felix, about people buying Felix. I think he's flattered to deceive for me at Athletic. Recent, with the price tag he went and the reputation he meant a bit like he was going to be the next best thing, wasn't he?
I don't think he fits them though. To be fair,
No.
he'd work more at Barca or a City or something, somewhere like that.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, he came from Benfica, where they actually play ball. So
yeah, so I'd like to see Felix in the Premier League. I'm not going to lie, you like to see the better players in the Premier League, whoever they play for. So as long as you don't go to Spurs, it's all right.
They couldn't afford him.
So and then Alanga scored. For me, he's getting better and better every game I watch him. Alanga when he comes on. Don't know what else to say about it really. I said it in the group. Advantage Man United for me, especially taking that back to Old Trafford. I'd like to hope the Man United fans will push them through in that game, because I don't think that I just don't think any Spanish team's that good, really. No disrespect, they're not in comparison to what they were, is what I mean. Because by right, say Man United have been about 4-0 down, shouldn't they? Really, in that first half.
Yeah, possibly.
Say minimum 3-0 at least. I don't know.
Probably 2 around there, but yeah, we were deserving to lose that game.
Yeah, and so I just think the 1-1. I think, like Abdi said, they would have bit your hand off before the game, or even during the game, probably. So yeah, I think fair play to Ralph Rangnick for giving Alanga the time, and he's proving he's worth his weight in gold, isn't he, at the moment?
Yes, he's definitely.
I thought Ronaldo was a bit poor. I'll actually say that. I didn't think he was all that, especially when normally he does well against Atletico, doesn't he? I felt quite disappointed with what I watched of Ronaldo.
Definitely, and I mean, as for Spanish football, I do get your point. It's not definitely what it used to be. I think, we've gone with the days where Spanish football used to dominate Europe. You remember how Real Madrid would retain Champions Leagues. Now it doesn't have that feel, Spanish football at the moment. Certainly.
I think English football dominates Europe for me.
I think at the moment that is true.
I don't know many other teams that are better than you go through the Champions League teams. I can't think of another European team that's probably probably one, potentially, maybe 1 or 2. I'd say Munich and PSG. The rest, I think the English teams piss all over them.
I'd say
even United.
I think you're quite right there, actually. To be fair, because Italian teams don't really have it, and you've got obviously PSG in France, and you've got Munich in Germany. Because let's face it, Dortmund have fallen off a cliff as well, being knocked out of the Europa League. So. It's them teams certainly don't have the dominance.
If I was an English club and I got Juventus, I'd be laughing. I'd be like, I'll take that.
Well, look what Chelsea did, and that wasn't a fully strength Chelsea. So it's one of these things. It's not as
Real
terrifying.
Madrid, I wouldn't be that bothered if I got them.
Well, Real Madrid showed nothing in the PSG game. PSG should have won that game miles ahead.
Just PSG or Bayern Munich, and PSG choke when it comes to semi-finals anyway. So I think unfortunately, I think an English team will win it again, but I'm not sure who.
Austin, what did you think of the game?
What did I think of the game? So I'm going to start off very straightforward, and people will probably agree with me. So what I think, right? So Man United with them, so they had a lot of possession during the game. Um, in opinion, didn't like look comfortable at all. Like personally, like during the first half. Um,
Who didn't look
so
comfortable, sorry?
and then see how got close to a second.
The team.
I don't think you look
Sorry,
comfortable. I didn't
someone's
think you
cutting
looked
out.
really comfortable.
Yeah,
in the
Austin,
first
your
half.
line cut out a bit there. So I presume you meant Man United
Oh,
didn't
I
look
do
comfortable.
apologise. Yeah, no, they didn't.
Mm.
They didn't look comfortable.
No, they didn't. Yeah, I agree with you.
So,
I agree with you.
yeah, they didn't look comfortable. Like I said, they were all over possession. That's like, they had the possession, but they just didn't look comfortable with the ball. Like,
I don't think they look comfortable, really.
and that's what I said. They don't. So yeah, they were obviously had Atletico. We were really close to a second goal as well, just before half time. So I don't know. Man United maybe should have won it, but they didn't. So it ended out in a draw.
Have we got any comments before we move on?
Very quiet one tonight. No comments.
Okay, we move on to Benfica Ajax then, George, and it's quite a crazy game to be fair because Ale scored for both teams, and in general, it was quite a tight affair really between the two teams. To me, it's very difficult to tell which team would probably go through. Maybe Ajax with the home advantage, but yeah, that's quite a tight one.
Yeah, I thought it'd be tight, to be fair. I remember saying before about when we done predictions for it that I know people thought that Ajax were going to go through. I don't think it's that cut. I didn't think it was that cut and dry. Benfica, it all depends what ones turn up. Like, because they can be really, really poor or really, really good. Like, I watched the highlights of the Benfica Ajax match, and yeah, Sebastian Haller, he had absolute blinding game. Like one, he was at
Did he?
one end and the other, and he was at own goal. No, all right, let's sort this out. I'll go at the other end and score. So, he couldn't even do that for West Ham, could he?
I mean, yeah.
So, I think Ajax edge it just because of the home advantage and Ten Hag. No, he's clued up, isn't he? To be fair, so I wouldn't be surprised if Benfica went through. But if you were saying if I was a betting man, I'd probably say I think I've got extra time or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, you can't rule that out, Abdi, with Benfica and Ajax. Them teams are quite close together. I think it's hard to find anything between them, really. And like we said, we might just give it to Ajax for home advantage, but even that I don't think is necessarily going to guarantee them a pass through to the next round.
Oh, nothing's really a guarantee in life in general, really. But I would, yeah, regardless of if it was home advantage, no home advantage, I would still fancy Ajax. If just because of what they can do and what they can possess. Benfica can offer more than they did in that game as well. And yes, it was close and tight, but Haller, come on, shouldn't be scoring own goals. He probably thought he was at the other end, but no. He rectified that. Fair play to him. Got that sorted out straight away. But I'd still fancy Ajax regardless of where this game would have been played in the second leg.
Austin, what did you think of the game?
So I think Ajax looked at one stage like they could have actually won the game. But what I will say is that Benfica, they fought back hard, and I will say that they did deserve their equaliser. Like we said about Haller,
Yeah.
with 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 the playing, doing the cha-cha slide from one goal to the other. Don't know what happened there. 25th minute, own goal, 29th minute, oh yeah, scored a goal. So yeah, there could have been plenty of more
You
goals.
wouldn't have wanted to add him in fantasy football, would you?
So,
I actually did in my UCL fantasy, and he was my captain. So
Oh,
Ouch.
yeah,
so
yeah.
there could have been plenty of more goals, but I do think it's going to be the second leg. The second leg is definitely going to be well worth following.
yes, it'll be very interesting to watch. Right, any comments, Austin?
No.
Okay, right. So the last little bit I want to talk us through is the Europa League draw. That has been made with the other teams going in now. So I'll take you through it because we've got some interesting ties there. So Rangers, after beating Dortmund, they are facing Red Star Belgrade. Braga are facing Monaco. Porto have Lyon. Lion?
Lion. Who's Lion?
Lions.
I blame the Spain
Lions.
leader there.
Millwall in Europa League.
Atalanta have Bayern Leverkusen. Sevilla have West Ham. Now that one's a really tough one. You've got Barcelona versus Galatasaray. You've got Leipzig versus Spartak Moscow. You've got Betis versus Frankfurt. Abdi, what are your thoughts? What stands out there?
There's some interest. Sevilla West Ham stands out for me. That's a very tasty tie. But it's going to be a very tough one. It'll be a very good away day for the West Ham fans. Going to Seville, enjoying the sun in March. So they'll have fun with that one. But yeah, they have. Sorry.
They get rain in Spain in March.
Well. But
Say that.
don't dampen the mood on them. Don't rain on their parade. So yeah, no, it's going to be a tough game for them because Sevilla's history of the competition: 5-time winners, won it 3 times on the bounce. The last 4 seasons they've been in the competition, they've won at least 5 of them, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That's where I heard it from.
Man City and the Europa League.
Man City would have to win a European trophy to be considered anything of any
the
competition.
Capital Cup.
Okay, there you go then. That's applicable. But yes, I think Sevilla have some extra motivation because the final will be hosted in their stadium. So imagine get to lift it for the 6th time in their own stadium this time. So yeah, there's the motivation. But West Ham, I think they'll be up for it. Their form as of late has kind of dipped a little bit, so I'm hoping they can pick up because I do want to see West Ham go all the way and potentially lift the trophy. Could be another route for them into, or it will be another route if they win it, into the Champions League.
Definitely, George. I mean, what's your thoughts on the draw? Apart from the Sevilla West Ham tie, does anything else stick out for you there in that one?
I think Rangers will do Red Star Belgrade. Well, I hope they do anyway. The Porto-Leon match sticks out for me. I think that'd be quite a good game, to be fair. That's a Champions League tie, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, good easy have them not in the Champions League, I think.
Yeah, Barcelona. I don't like either teams, to be honest. Galatasaray, well, everyone knows why people don't like them because what their fans are like, and Barcelona are just Barcelona.
I thought it was Ray, not why.
I think that Moscow one's quite interesting with everything that's gone.
No, that's going to have an extra layer to it.
It's not going to be played at their ground as well. It's going to be
a neutral
venue.
I think they're going to be kicked out. To be honest,
I don't think they'll be kicked out. I think they would want them to be knocked out, but they won't play any of their games in Moscow or Russia or any.
I can't remember who they're playing.
Leipzig.
Betis. They
Leipzig.
play Betis,
Moscow have Leipzig.
So Leipzig should.
Oh, they're going to Germany.
Sorry, I was thinking of Zenit.
Oh, they're going to Germany. Oh God.
So Leipzig should win that anyway. So that kind of deals with a problem that has to be dealt with, I suppose.
Speaking of which, just to cut in, sorry, the news of the morning was the Champions League final has been moved from St. Petersburg to Paris.
I was
To the
just about
start
to
of
ask.
France. Yeah. So it's been moved, and it'll be same day as it was originally planned, but now it's in Paris.
I thought
And,
so.
They've cancelled a lot of sporting events like to do with Russia. I know the Grand Prix gone now
Yeah.
as well. So,
Yes. Yeah.
and Roman could be gone as well.
Yes. All
We'll
sorts
see.
of all sorts there.
But other games, Atalanta versus Bayer Leverkusen could be a really good game. I would like to call that one because
That's a tricky one for me.
they're doing quite well in Bundesliga, aren't they?
Yeah, Leverkusen are third at the moment, so
Yeah,
very close to second as well.
Atalanta ain't what they were when they done well in the Champions League, but they're still a good side. So
They were in the group stage at the end of the in the Champions League, and
I
they
can't
had that.
remember the other game.
They were in a tough group, to be fair.
There's another game.
They had us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that tough then.
Yeah. I mean,
What was the other fixture? Was it well, it weren't Wolfsburg, was it?
Braga
No,
versus Monaco.
Braga have Monaco.
Braga, Monaco. That's it. I think Monaco will win that one.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I remember
Personally.
Braga. We played them when we was.
Yeah.
We even played them in the Champions League. That's how long ago that was.
Champions League. What's that?
we'll find out next season, maybe,
Yeah,
if you're lucky.
Yeah.
when we get third.
And then the other tie you've got is Betis Frankfurt, which
All right, what's Frank? Yeah, that's who Fekir plays for, isn't it?
I think
Who?
so.
Yeah, Nabil Fekir.
Yeah,
Of
I
course
call him
it's-
Fekir. I don't know his name. So
Yeah.
I think Betis could edge that. It all depends, really.
That's a tricky one
It'd be
again
nice
because
to
it's
see a Spanish team actually do something. But I think if you're West Ham, you're like, oh, God.
if you're
when
West
you-
Ham, you've got the toughest tie I think of the Europa
I think
League.
they got the favourites. To be honest,
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, like it's Sevilla.
Knock them out, they're on to a winner, pretty much.
Mm.
Sevilla's dance floor. So
Sevilla on the.
If you knock them out,
yeah, it's anyone's tournament then.
definitely, at the moment no one can look past Sevilla, but you never know. Austin, what's your view on the draw? What do you think?
Can I first just say credit to Rangers for getting so far into the Europa League? Like that's actual credit there. They've done so well. To beat Dortmund was quite good, and I saw a video of Dortmund fans actually shaking Rangers fans' hands and saying like, "Well done."
Shame
You
the
know,
Good
other lot
sporting
didn't.
behavior.
Shame
Which-
not
yeah.
the other. Didn't you
Which-
see the other lot?
No, I
They
didn't
had
see the
about
other lot.
100 police officers. They closed all the Dortmund fans into the where they were standing. Apparently, they've never had police force at a game in Scotland like it.
I mean,
Just how intimidating they was being, like not doing anything, but just the way they was. Like I'd be going mad if I watched my club play like that. Gee. But yeah, Dortmund. I think Dortmund's got to be careful because they got two big prize assets that if they're not careful, I think they're going to go soon.
well, Haaland
One's
is
gonna
most
be
likely
one's
gonna be-
gone in the summer already.
Yeah, but Bellingham, like,
They're not gonna let him go.
If a Premier League club went and said, right, Dortmund, there's 80-90 million for Bellingham, I would not hesitate that he'll go.
Of course,
I would-
because
would
if
rule
they
that out.
if the thing with Dortmund is if you pay them the money that they want, they'll won't stop in the way. They'll be like, here you go, then go on, move along.
I'd like to
But
see
thing is,
Bellingham
they
go.
wouldn't want to sell both Haaland and Bellingham in the same summer, regardless of how much they pay. It'd have to be astronomical if you want to get Bellingham. Remember how much Sancho was going for before? It was like 120 million. And
Yeah.
we didn't pay that, so we waited for a bit. It
It's
came down
different
to
if
about
a
73.
player-
It is different. It is different.
transfer request in, Bellingham could say, well, I'm going. Like, I want Champions League football whatever football. I don't know where Dortmund are in the league.
Second at the moment.
Okay. So
Yeah, they won't get Champions League football.
they're
Thing is, though,
Champions League,
even though
isn't it?
you can be rejected with a transfer request, you do have a contract to the club, and the club can just be like, no.
But then
They don't have to.
He could tear his contract up if he really wanted to.
Nah, I don't think it's not as simple as it seems. You can't just go, oh no, Harry Kane should have done that then. If in that case,
Arsenal did it with Bamian.
that's
Simple as you
different.
want it.
That's different.
Not really.
I think both
Yeah,
parties
George,
wanted to get rid of that deal.
that's different because it's Arsenal. Remember, that's
Well,
different.
no, but, yeah. But I'm saying it does happen. Like, all I'm
Can,
saying
but I
is the
think
way
both parties wanted to get out of that situation, and Arteta and Aubameyang fell out anyway, so the relationship was gone. So there was no point. So it was like, might as well get rid of him. If we can get rid of him now, let's just tear up the contract, let him go for free. Simple. That was Arsenal's choice to do as well.
I think with
Aubameyang agreed to
Dortmund,
it.
it's a bit dodgy because, like, there's a lot of problems at Dortmund. Dortmund shouldn't be as bad as they are. No disrespect. Like, no disrespect to Rangers, but you shouldn't be beating Dortmund probably as easy as they have. Like, especially out there.
They battered them out there.
Like,
That was awful.
I remember when Arsenal played Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. I know it's a long time ago, but Dortmund weren't they in the final as well?
Yep. They got to the final in
Um,
2013.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Their manager's left as well, isn't he? Or is it a temporary? Or he's leaving in the summer?
Marco Rose. They signed him from, where was it?
What, the manager?
Marco Rose, yeah.
I didn't even know that. What, he's the manager?
Yeah.
What, Marco
It's not-
Royce?
Not Royce, Rose.
Oh, I was going to say. I thought you meant Marco
Marco Royce plays for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. That's what I was like.
He's their captain, I believe. No,
Yes, he is.
I can't
It's
remember where
unbelievable,
they
Jeff.
got Marco Rose from. I think it was Gladbach. I could be mistaken, but they definitely poached Marco Rose from a different team, and then afterwards they weren't doing so well beforehand as well. So yeah, I don't know.
If you go through the players they've got, so they've got Haaland. I know he's been injured and all that, but that's when you know a player's leaving because their phantom injuries come about. Then you've got obviously Marco Royce. You've got Bellingham. They've got Hazard, I think.
Yeah, Torgan
Yeah.
Hazard.
Got Rafael
Daniel Marlon.
Guerrero. These
Yeah,
players
Daniel
ain't-
Marlon, Matt
Yeah.
Hummels.
Like Daniel Marlon, these players, they're not rubbish.
No.
So, I don't know. I think it could be a busy
Anyway.
summer. Could be a busy summer at Dortmund. I know. I do get what Abdi's saying. They won't let both go. I think Haaland, they ain't got a choice. He's going with whatever.
Yeah, it's a release clause anyway, so they
Yeah,
can't really
so-
have much of a say in it.
I wonder if Bellingham's got a release clause.
I wouldn't put it out of the question, but I doubt.
It'd probably be
doubt.
100 million, but
Probably, but I still, yeah.
Mm.
Unless you're Barcelona do stupid release clauses, 1 billion or 750
apparently
million.
Aubameyang's got a £160 million release clause.
Yeah, La Liga, you have to have release clauses in their
Yeah.
contracts, so they just put them extortionately high, so no one comes and poaches them.
Like Arsenal did with Thomas Partey.
Slide dogs.
Well, there we go. Austin, before we finish up, have we got any comments?
We do.
Hey,
Excellent.
Travis Murphy.
Traviso.
Travis,
Yeah.
good to have you, mate. Good to have you listening.
Travis Murphy. He has said that Chelsea will win the UCL. Boo.
Okay.
Boo.
Possibly.
Possibly. I wouldn't guarantee it.
Boo.
They do much better in the Champions League than they do in the Premier League. So
Yes, but still.
Boo.
Travis, is that when you finish 5th in the Premier League?
Probably.
I hope so.
He's also said lost to Bayern in the final. Don't know what that relates to.
I think he
Oh,
was
that was
referring to
Dortmund.
when they lost
Yeah.
2-1.
Okay. But yes, those are our two comments, both from Travis Murphy.
Well, excellent.
Travis.
Thank you for listening.
Why do I keep on saying Murphy?
Who's
Murphy.
Murphy? Yeah, Murphy. Murphy, yeah.
Mercy.
Right, there we go. Then that's the show. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will be back soon. There will be obviously more Champions League shows as the return fixtures get underway to see who qualifies. So
In 2 weeks.
Thank you very much. Follow us everywhere at official S-Mania on the Twitter machine. We've got Facebook group. We're on WhatsApp, as you know. We've got an Instagram page. We're even on TikTok, and we have a Discord server. We do have also the podcast. And if you want to follow us on Twitter as well, you can do. You can follow me at Subsonics UK, SUBSONIX UK.
Oh, that's what your name is. Been wondering what the bloody hell it says when I've seen you tagging stuff. I thought we'd been tagging the wrong person in it.
Yeah, who's that
No,
weirdo? Some
don't worry.
person never actually appeared.
Who's this
Austin,
Subsonics guy?
yeah, Austin, what's your Twitter handle?
Mine is
There we go.
at Sullivan Austin, but it is SULLLIVAN
Emphasised.
Just to be different. George,
Yeah.
your Twitter handle, please.
At I'm gonna get one again. At George, I think it's at George S 1993 AFC or something along those
There you
lines.
go.
Your
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah,
Last but not least, Abdi.
Abdullah.
Yes, you can follow me at Abdullahi26. That's AABDULLAHI26.
And that's
Fantastic.
consonants and a vowel, please.
Yeah, new episode of the podcast dropped this morning, so please go give it a listen. It will be the pinned post to our Twitter page. So thank you for listening as well. So,
And it's got a very interesting international debate. So
Yes,
have a
yes,
listen,
it does,
see what you
actually.
think. See if you let us know what
Also,
you think.
keep
of that
posted
topic.
here because we have got some special guests lined up. We'll drop more information about it probably next week. But obviously, keep
Oh,
subscribing.
should we drop information or shall we keep them in suspense?
No,
Keep it in suspense. We'll talk about it when it's time.
You keep an eye out, people. You will see.
keep
You will
an
see
eye out
stuff.
and
Keep your eyes
share
and
it,
ears.
subscribe it, see it, say it, subscribe it.
See it, say it, sorted.
Hello, British Transport Police, and see you all soon.
Bye bye.